All right, welcome back, everybody. HSC Podcast 175. Got Big Box Steve on the mic, Big Smooth, Fresh Wes. And we are in the Christmas season and bringing in the new year. It's literally the most wonderful time of the year. Not for Christmas, but for football. But I hope everybody listening out there had a great Christmas. Christmas is always great. But for me, it's extra because it is this time for football, right? So we have college football playoff. What we're talking about, we got NFL going to the playoffs. Head up to Super Bowl, and then of course, movie section. What else we got to talk about? A little bit of Christmas movies. So hang on for that. We're going to jump into our sports segment first, and we'll finish up with our movie segment. So stick around. All right. Well, talking football, we're not gonna get a lot of recap stuff. We took a couple weeks off, which was nice to kind of regroup and be able to watch a lot of games and just really get up to speed on us on the teams going into the NFL. So I'm not going to talk too much about the Bears making the playoffs, but I told you so. Just told everybody that right now. I feel bad though for that Giants Raiders game. That was a little wild battle for the number one seed.
Raiders played that perfectly.
I thought you guys would like that.
I love it. I love
Like
watching
Wes was
Christmas.
saying, I think Gino was throwing the game.
No, just you can always depend on Geno Smith to lose and lose epically. It's kind of weird watching because like I don't want them to win, but man, how can you be that bad?
Yeah.
This is probably the worst they have been in a long time. They're not even competitive.
No. It's hard to tell if they're tanking on purpose or if it's just that they're that not that competitive. It really is hard to tell. But I mean, because speaking of that, there's a lot of seeding going on, right? There's the teams on the bottom playing for these top picks where for the Raiders, I think it is important that they get one of those really high picks, whether you're trading it right or whether you're going to go for your replacement quarterback in this draft. Where a team like the Jets, doesn't matter where you finish as long as you're in the top five.
Well, now because the Falcons beat the Rams, the Jets are not guaranteed. The Raiders are guaranteed a top two pick, and the Jets are not. Um, so I think it's just the Raiders or the Giants get one, two, and then the Jets are after.
Right. And with all
I
the
mean,
picks they grabbed, you've got a lot of draft capital, and like I said, as long as you're in that top five, you're pretty solid.
right, but Jets need a quarterback.
Yeah.
They need
I
a,
think the Jets are on the 2 year, 3 year plan.
yeah.
So talking about the teams though, just real quick before we get our game picks as we go into this week. This is an important week because there's some seeding happening and there's still some teams that are in or out, right? But just for the teams that are in right now, I just want to talk about them because we'll talk about some of the playoff scenarios as we get into game picks. AFC wise, who are the real strong teams right now? I mean, is New England as good as they are on paper?
Didn't I send you guys what was it? Yeah, where was that? Like they've only beaten Josh Allen is the only good quarterback they've beaten this year.
Yeah, I mean they have one of the easier schedules, right, in the league.
Yeah, the Patriots have two wins against teams above 500.
Right.
Two. Same amount as the Giants.
How does that affect them going to the playoffs? So obviously they haven't played the toughest schedule. You're going to the playoffs, it means you're playing upper echelon teams.
Yeah, I think both the Patriots and the Broncos are gonna not fare very well in the playoffs. I think they got their records aren't really what they are. I mean, as good as the teams they are. Just look at this week. The Broncos are playing the Chargers, but without Justin Herbert. So it's come on.
Yeah, I mean there's no denying they've played easier schedules, right? Even the Bears are in that situation. I mean, the 49ers are even in that situation. They're like the fifth, from the top as far as easiest schedules. So how does that does that mean that we don't think these top seeds like New England and Denver can make it all the way, or how's that
I
affect
don't
them?
think either of them will make the Super Bowl. No.
Well,
Yeah. What do you think, Wes?
yeah, the Patriots have been playing very well. They're young. They haven't been in this situation being, a 1 or 2 seed. And the Broncos are kind of in the same boat. It's not saying that, strange things could happen, but I mean, when you're playing at home in the playoffs, you are the favorite, technically, to get to the Super Bowl. Whether
Yeah.
you're a 1 or 2, you have that bye. But I don't think they're the hottest team. You kind of go down the list, and the teams that think there's 3 teams that kind of jump off the page, and it starts with I think the Jaguars. They're the hottest. The Texans have the best defense, and the Bills have the most experience. So it depending if Josh Allen, they rest him a couple weeks. If his foot he re-aggravated his foot again. So if he's healthy, I think the Bills become the de facto favorites in this. They've been there. There's expectations. Their defense is been after Thanksgiving. It's top 5. They're good against the run. Their young players have come along on the defensive side. If Cook, Cook's had, they have like pretty much the best rushing offense in the NFL. That takes the pressure off of Josh. It comes down to Josh is healthy or not. But the Texans defense is epically good, and the Jaguars overall are hot right now. So I think those are 3 teams really to look at.
So you're weighing that experience factor, and so that would kind of give Houston a little bit of an edge too, right? Because they've got in the last couple of years a little bit more experience.
Well, I mean, the Bills have been in the AFC
Yeah.
Championship. The Texans, yeah, they've matured a little bit, but the Bills have been there. The expectations are, you know what? You don't have Kansas City. You have a shell of Baltimore with a Lamar Jackson who you don't know if he's going to play next week.
Well, if they make it,
He's
yeah.
not healthy, and you could tell by the way before he hurt his back, you could tell something's not right. He's not running the ball. Um, I, this is the path is, there's no Joe Burrow, no Joey B in front of you too. I just think if the Bills are going to do it, it's going to have to be this year, I think.
Oh, I mean, that's a good take. I like the experience level is important. You've got a quarterback who's, reigning MVP with a lot of experience as long as he's healthy. I think the Bills have a good shot as well. And I like Houston's chances if their defense continues to play well. You can't put it all on CJ Stroud. You need to help him out on the defensive side.
Look, there is no excuse. It has to be the Bills. And Weston, you mentioned Joey B, but you didn't mention Patrick Mahomes isn't there. So who should scare the Bills? Josh Allen needs to step up, and they should be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he didn't look right against the Eagles. He short armed that, the 2-point conversion. I mean, it wasn't that he just doesn't look like he's healthy. So I would rest him as much as you can rest him for the first playoff game.
If he was healthy, they would have kicked the extra point and went to overtime.
Yeah,
But they wanted to get that game over. They were like, he's not healthy. It's not, we need to get this game now. The weather was horrible, and they were just like, this game isn't, the end all for us. So if we don't get it, we don't get it. But yeah, they wanted to get that game over.
and
So they still could have won that game.
I the one thing I do like about this season is we got new blood. There's new teams. You know, it's very unpredictable at this point. I mean, even the Chargers sitting at that 7 spot. I mean, the Chargers are annoying. Like I picked them to go to the AFC Championship because I think Marion Hampton is a guy that in the playoffs you give him the ball 20 times and he can make things happen. And that takes the pressure off of Herbert because I still don't think Herbert likes pressure. He's just not a pressure pack. He's a front runner. And so you need a strong running game. And Marion Hampton, he reminds me of Montgomery in a sense where he could take the heavy loads of the carries. And then outside, he's got a 1 now, and it's just like I don't understand how they just play down. They don't play. Some weeks they look great, and some weeks they don't. So I because of that, I can't really take them that seriously making a run here. But you just never know. And the Steelers and the Ravens game, I mean, that's just
Man.
I'm sick of seeing. Well, who's on the hot seat more? They both are. It's like, come on. I understand Harbaugh should be on the hot seat and Tomlin shouldn't be. Tomlin hasn't had a losing season in like 20 years. And a lot of this is not his fault. He's done a lot with a little.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Tomlin is it's so many years, especially recently, you keep saying we keep saying the same thing, right? He keeps winning with not the best teams or just, a strong defense and no
It's a
offense.
patchwork team. It's always been a
Yeah.
patchwork team. The Ravens are just a model of inconsistency. And I can't stand seeing Harbaugh. He almost looks like Pete Carroll on the sideline now. And his statements after the game are ridiculous. I mean, it's like you're making excuses. There is no excuse. You know that Lamar Jackson's not 22 anymore. That means you need to pound the ball. I don't care. Play all 3 of your running backs, give them 15 carries each, and I guarantee you they would have been probably a 2 seed. But you put so much pressure on Lamar Jackson, he's not going to hold up as he's approaching 30. His body's not going to.
Oh yeah, and the whole idea. What did they do this last week? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they gave Derrick Henry the ball. That's come on.
Just imagine if you had this running back who was huge and fast and
But you think about imagine just looking back at him, if he continues playing like this for the next 2 years, imagine the career that he's had in high school, in college, Heisman Trophy winner, national. The last running back, is he the last running back to win a Heisman? I think he is. And then his pro career. I mean, to cap it off with the rushing title, and then he needs a Super Bowl appearance. I mean, what a career! Just an overall football body, of work.
Yeah, did I send you guys the one where it's talking about AJ Brown and Derrick Henry
Vrabel with
and Vrabel all we're part of Tennessee is like that's kind of wild when you think about it. So I think we're kind of all in agreement on the NFC side. NFC side is a bit more of a mess because you've got obviously defending champion Eagles who haven't looked great, but they're still right there, right? They still won their division. They're still going to go in as a 2 or 3 seed. And it's not like they don't have players. They have great players. They got great receivers. They got Saquon. They got Jalen Hurts. And their defense it's a little young, but man, they're brutal, right? You got all the old Georgia players. So like Philly's right there, right? But then you look at Seattle, San Francisco, then the Rams all in that one division, and man, they just all look really good, like strong teams, especially Seattle with their defensive part of it, but the Rams with their offensive part of it, the Bears, Green Bay. And then, of course, we don't know the South, what's going to happen yet.
Who
but
cares about the South?
Nobody does. I think everybody wants the 5 seed, right?
See, the way the Falcons looked last night, I'd rather the Falcons than the Panthers or the Bucks. At least Bijan's exciting to watch.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll talk about this at the game picks here shortly, but I think Tampa will come around at least for that game. But still, like if I'm any team on the NFC, like I said, I'm trying for that 5 seed. So that's something to look at as we look at these games and your game picks. You're like, how
Well,
do I
right,
get
right,
into the 5 seed?
right now they're projecting Seattle as the 5 seed, assuming that the 49ers are going to take care of business at home.
Yeah.
So if you're Seattle, yeah, that I mean, you just played them. You just they scored 10 points on you. Yeah, you want to play the Panthers. You want no part of playing the Eagles, at all.
So if you got to pick a front runner for the NFC, I know it's a lot harder. We kind of all in that Buffalo has to go in the AFC, not necessarily the front runner, but they're really who we're looking at. Who's your front runner in the NFC? Mine is.
Yeah,
Nobody can beat the Bears. Yeah. So go. So
It's hard because I want to say Seattle, but I don't know if I trust Darnold.
Right, and he's their biggest problem right now. Like you watch him in the games, Carolina was in that game because of Darnold, right? Their defense is what got him out. Carolina could have beat Seattle with the way Darnold was playing. Luckily, Seattle's defense came around and got some turnovers and got him in position to score on their own side of the field. So then
Yeah,
the
but
Rams go and look like horrible last night.
yeah, it's just it looked bad. That game was hideous. It just shows you how unpredictable. I mean, it's almost like who wants to win? I mean, that's why I don't disagree with you about the Bears. I mean, look at the way Caleb's playing. I feel like I'm in an alternate reality. Like I I I kind of like kick myself for like questioning his ability. Some of these throws are ridiculous. I know the D was terrible on both sides. Guys are running wide open. This is not like championship defense when it comes to, what they played Sunday night. But man, he has confidence. It's
Yeah,
like
he's a
you
dangerous
never
player with confidence.
yeah, I mean it's just and the the player that I love the most is Burden, the third.
Yeah, he's going
That
to be
guy,
really
that
good.
guy, I'm gonna say 80% of kind of like Antonio Brownish.
Yeah, I
He's
agree with
kind of
that.
like that player. You can put him anywhere. He can run any route. He's almost unguardable within 15 yards.
The agility and the speed that he makes his cuts,
Yeah.
not only in his routes, but after he catches the ball, is what makes him really dangerous. If you
Yeah.
watch him,
Yeah. And it's almost like I know Loveland, he's kind of Caleb's security blanket in a sense, but it's almost like Burden is. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to throw it to this number 10 guy. And he's pretty good. He's fast and he can do everything. It's like, man, and then you get everybody else going in the running game. I don't want to play the Bears, get that 2 seed. I don't want to go into Soldier Field like
yeah,
in that first divisional. And it seems like it doesn't matter the year that they went to the Super Bowl. I remember I think it was when Seattle went in there and everyone's like, Seattle's on a roll here. And the Bears just beat them down.
yeah.
It's like let's go into Soldier Field in January in a playoff game. I don't care who the team is. I don't think you want it. You're the Eagles, you don't want to do it. I think the Bears have something here. The question is, does that kind of like and even the game the game last night, man, he had an opportunity there. They had an opportunity to win that game. And it's almost like it's better he didn't do it. It's everyone's like, this is fool's gold. The Bears are fool. You know what? You never know. The NFC is so unpredictable. I don't have faith in the Niners defense. They have too many injuries. The Eagles, I just think offensively they're dysfunctional. Defensively they're great, but offensively they're dysfunctional. And the Seahawks, their quarterback, and something in the Rams, and a lot of these predictor polls, they predict them to go to the Super Bowl just
Right.
because of the overall body of work. And you have one of the quarterback that's playing at the best he's played in his career almost.
It's
So
hard. It's hard not to, for me, not to put the Rams up there at the top of the NFC
yeah,
when you break down each team like that. The Bears have challenges. If they get at home in cold weather, where with their run game, they have a chance. They lack a lot on defense right now, which that showed in San Francisco in the pass rush, right, and the ability for the linebackers to cover mid zones, out and flat, things like that.
but what's weird about that is if everything plays out the way here, you got the Bears at 2 and the Eagles 3. The Eagles are lacking on offense.
Yeah.
So that's like a coin flip almost. Like, okay, the Bears defensively, they create turnovers. They create the most turnovers in the NFL. I don't know how they do it. First play against the Niners. You see that? Insane.
Yeah,
He
that's
just
the
read
fool's
that route.
gold
He
right
knew
there,
it was
dude.
coming. Yeah.
How they get me.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, look how awesome you just started, right? Yeah, you're still gonna lose this game."
And they can't. And then the rest of the game, Purdy looks like Mahomes the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna run. Oh, we're not gonna even key on him. You know.
Okay, so what are your thoughts, Derek, on NFC as far as
I mean, it is. I feel like it's either the Niners, Rams, or Seahawks. Uh, the Bears, what, might have the Packers in the first round, and
yeah,
they, I mean, they always, it's a division game.
yeah.
You never know with that. And then the Eagles, you think they should be the favorites, but yeah, like what is up with their offense?
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna go with the Seahawks just because of their defense and their running game.
Yeah.
Because they can lean on Charbonnet and Walker and then play great defense. And they got JSN.
And if they get the home games, that's real good for them too, right? So if they can find a way to beat San Francisco, get that number one seed, I think that puts them in a real good position.
Right. And actually they've been one of the best road teams this year, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean it'll be insane to think if the Niners get the 1 seed.
Oh, then they get to play at home all the way to the Super Bowl if they go that far.
Well, then they get the bye because there's only
Right.
one bye,
Right.
and then they get healthier.
Yeah, the Niners have done a lot for themselves finishing out the season. I don't. Here's the problem with this weekend's game, and we'll jump into game picks here, and just to start this, one of the problems I see in this Seattle and San Francisco game is Purdy's going to come into this game and he's going to play like he's played the last couple weeks against the Colts and the Bears, who didn't put any pressure on him. Right? They're not going to do what Seattle's going to do. Seattle is going to attack him. And Purdy's going to have all this confidence, right? Oh, I'm throwing touchdowns. I'm running all over the field. I'm doing dances. And he's going to get smacked by the Seattle defense. And that's going to put San Francisco in a hole. Luckily, they have this guy named Christian McCaffrey, who's amazing.
Yeah.
So he can save him. But Purdy, I think, can hurt them, in this game by not realizing that you went up against two teams that really weren't getting after you like it's gonna happen here in the next couple weeks. But game picks anyway. Speaking San Francisco, Seattle, and Carolina, Tampa. These are both happening on Saturday, which is kind of cool. I know Saturday's a busier day generally, but still, you only have the two games. It's both on TV, and you get both of them, and they're both important games. unlike what we saw during like Christmas and some of the other days where you're just like, I don't even, why am I even watching football right now? So let's start with Carolina Tampa. It's the first game. It's in Tampa. Super helpful for them. They're a 2.5 point favorite. Carolina coming off of a tough Seattle game, but Tampa also coming off of a tough game when I don't understand. You're playing the Dolphins, and all you got to do is win.
Yeah. And it's like almost like the Dolphins are like 7-9. There's something like, isn't it? Are they 7-9? It's ridiculous. Like, what are they? Yeah.
Dolphins. Let's see. I mean, we know the Dolphins aren't good, right? But they're 7-9.
Yeah. You know, again, they're playing at home, which I think that's by default they win. So I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm taking the Bucks on this game. I think Carolina's played better as of late, but being at home, I think this is where you got a lot of the veteran players from Tampa that are going to step up in this game. I think they have more experience at this point than the Panthers. Panthers are a nice story, and I actually never expect them to be in this position. And if they win, that's great for them, right? Get in the playoffs and start their future building. But Tampa needs this one, and I think their veteran players know it, and they're at home. So I got to go with the Bucks.
I'm going with the Bucks also, but the Bucks don't get guaranteed into the playoffs with a win. If the Falcons beat the Saints, the Panthers get in.
Yeah.
If the Falcons beat the Saints, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, break this down. Let's break this down. How does this work?
They'll have a three-way tie at 8 and 9.
Eight and
And then the
nine, right?
Panthers have the tiebreaker on the three-way tie.
Oh, so they'll be equal, tied in the division. So they'll all have the same division record at 3-3. They'll, well, don't they go division to conference, or do they go division to head to head?
Yeah, all I know is I read that if the Falcons beat the Saints, that the Bucks need to win and have the Saints beat the Falcons to make the playoffs.
That's interesting. Because you look at, yeah, because they're split their games, right? So let's see. Carolina and the Bucks split. The Falcons win, they go to 8-9. So everybody's 8-9. Falcons lost, split with the
Okay,
Bucks.
here it is. It's the first so if they all are tied, the first tiebreaker to apply is head-to-head results between all three teams. The Bucks would have split against both the Panthers and the Falcons, but Carolina swept the Falcons. So they would be better in head-to-head between the three teams. So that's why the Panthers would.
That's interesting. That's not good for the Bucks then, because it's not much chance that the Saints beat the Falcons.
Well, you never know. Saints have been playing well too. But isn't it crazy to think the Falcons beating the Rams kind of really screwed the Bucks?
Yeah, it did. Boy, the Rams, man. Bucks are going to have a bone to pick with them if they don't make the playoffs. So that's a tough scenario for Tampa, but still you got to come out and play to win, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're all in Tampa there. So Seattle at San Francisco. This is for me, this is where you find out is Sam Darnold our quarterback of the future? If you can't go in and win this game, Sam Darnold, if you have a bad showing again, you have to start questioning his long-term viability as your franchise quarterback.
Right. The Goff effect.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And but I think Seattle's defense is good enough though, and I think that their running game is good enough that they win this game, even if Darnold doesn't play 100%, but he can't make too many mistakes. I am taking Seattle here, just because it's going to be a defensive struggle for San Francisco, to overcome that defense. So I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle too. Well, I said that they're going to be the 1 seed, so I have to take Seattle here.
What do you got, Wes?
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle too. The Niners defense, it was just kind of hideous. Like, they're not Seahawks defense is a lot better, so they're not the Bears.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think they got a false sense of security there in the last two games, and that's going to hurt them. But who knows? I mean, apparently Brock Purdy, 10 total touchdowns in two games. So next game is New Orleans at Atlanta. Didn't seem that important until we just talked about it. And I have Atlanta winning this, so that might mean Tampa's out either way.
Yeah, well, I mean they put the Bucks Panthers on Saturday, so it'd make it mean something. They had to play to win. The Bucks have to win just to be able to make it. But I still, yeah, I got the Falcons here, crushing the Bucks' hope, crushing mine because I preseason had the Bucks in the Super Bowl. That was a dumb pick.
So that almost like Cleveland, huh?
No.
At least they might make the playoffs, Steve.
Oh, Wes, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons.
All right, so we're all putting Tampa out of it. After they win on Saturday, they're gonna wake up the next day and watch the Falcons ruin their hopes. Cleveland at Cincinnati. I mean, who cares? But what do you got? I mean, Cincinnati probably.
I got Cincinnati. There's not really much to talk about this game.
Yeah.
The Browns did beat the Steelers, which was the most hideous game I've ever seen. But the Bengals will probably win.
That was the worst game ever. But maybe the Browns are playing to win. Maybe they win this game. Cincinnati doesn't care.
Myles Garrett breaks.
So for the sack.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. That's the only highlight of this game, him breaking the sack record.
Right. Green Bay, Minnesota. I think Green Bay's locked in at 7. They need to rest. But Minnesota, what do they have to play for? I mean, again, who cares? But I don't know. What do you guys got here?
I'm taking the Vikings. I think the Packer. I mean, I saw Jacobs probably won't play, even though he's done nothing in the last few weeks. I doubt hardly any of their starters play.
Yeah. I'm taking the Vikings, but they're whoever's playing at quarterback, I don't think it really matters. But the dude from Minnesota, that dude's so bad.
Brosmer?
Dude, that dude's so bad.
Yeah, he's probably starting, right?
I don't see why. I don't see JJ Carr. Yeah, it's him. I mean, geez, dude. He does have that Justin Jefferson guy on his team. I don't know. I mean, three catches.
Unless like Jefferson and Addison and Jones are playing for like some kind of salary bonuses.
Yeah.
I don't even see Minnesota even winning this game, even against Green Bay's backups.
I just don't understand, why is Jefferson not even just throwing the ball?
Yeah, that's it. It is wild, right? Like if you were a subpar quarterback in the league and you had Justin Jefferson, like close your eyes and put it up there and see what happens.
That's the one time that you could just lock in on your first game.
Right? Why
Dude,
not?
I'm locking. I'm like, dude, I can't play in the NFL. I already know it. I'm holding a clipboard for the rest of my life at best. I am looking for number 18 wherever he is. Oh, he's
Yeah.
double covered. Well, you know what? I'll just throw up a little bit high and he'll go up and, he'll high point
100%.
it. I mean, it was hideous last week.
So that's probably going to be a horrible game as well. Then you got the Cowboys at the Giants. I don't see why the Giants would want to win this game.
Yeah. I mean, they should just Madden all these games. We should just have like a thing where like we play like the games but on Madden.
Right. So none of the guys actually have to play. They're like, okay, we're all going to jump on Madden.
Look, I mean, I'm taking the Cowboys, but I'm tired of hearing about Dak. You know what? He played so great this year. It's a shame that the Cowboys as a team didn't play better, right? It's like I don't care.
No.
I want the Cowboys just like the Chiefs. I want them to like just take the rest of the season off so I don't have to hear about it. It's done. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, I think they're going to win the game because why would New York want to win?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm taking Dallas as
they
well.
did beat the Raiders.
Yeah, I think the Raiders were just better at trying to lose.
They didn't just beat them by a point. They kind of put the beat down on the Raiders.
I think it was who was better at trying to lose, and the Raiders are the masters of that this year.
Yeah. Did you see that the Cowboys released?
Yeah.
Yeah, Diggs. Yep.
It's crazy. After just a few years ago, they're like, "Oh, he's so awesome."
Yeah, he's going to be the best corner ever.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys here though because the Giants want to lose.
Yeah. Tennessee at Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville still has a technical shot, right? So they're going to try to play at the one
Oh, for
seed.
the 1 seed.
Yeah.
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 So Jacksonville probably easily wins this game, right? Because they at least play their starters till they're up 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaguars.
That's an easy one.
And then Colts, Houston.
Texans.
Colts are eliminated now, right?
Yeah, Riley Leonard starting.
Yeah. Texans, of course, they're trying to secure seeds, so Texans easy here at home. Jets, Buffalo. I don't think Buffalo can move a lot though, right?
No. I don't think so. But then
They'll
again,
still beat the Jets though.
yes, the
Yeah.
Jets, the Patriots proved that the Jets don't belong in the NFL anymore.
That's so bad.
They belong, like I said, it should be soccer. They should be moved down to the UFL.
Yeah, but
With
look,
the Raiders. The Raiders, the Jets, the Giants. Next year they play in the UFL.
the Patriots are like going for it on fourth down against the Jets when they're up like 20 points already. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
They should just pull a Washington, but have the New York football team number one is the Jets and New York football team and just get rid of their names because it's hideous.
Did you see the thing I showed you? Would this player win MVP, and it's just the quarterbacks that have played the Jets.
Right. Would have the amazing
32
stats.
touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess still got to take Buffalo there, even though it's not a much of a matter game there. The Chicago Detroit game, this is actually interesting because Chicago still needs to get the 2 seed
Yeah.
because it gives you an extra home field if you win.
I think it's really important because I still would rather play the Packers than the Rams. That's all there's to it.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
and then you got Detroit though, where it's like, does Dan Campbell and his team really want to go in and lay down against Ben Johnson? Right? No, that's not Dan Campbell's style, right? So if you're Chicago, you're in a game.
You know what's insane is Jared Goff's numbers 33 touchdowns, 7
Yeah.
interceptions, and 4,000 yards passing, and you're not in the playoffs. What the F?
Brutal, dude.
And Gibbs, 13 touchdowns, 11. Like, it's insane. What a
I
monument.
know you guys don't. I know we always want to talk about, going for two or going for it on fourth down, and Dan Campbell's so aggressive. It's like, but maybe that comes back to bite you sometimes.
Yeah.
I haven't broken down the whole season, so that's anecdotal at this point, but still, like, I feel like, you know what? Punt sometimes, dude.
It's situational
No
football.
goals.
Kick field goals.
Yeah.
But I think Chicago's in a fight there, but I still think that Chicago needs it more than Detroit.
Dude, come on. You're not biting off kneecaps by kicking field goals, dude. Come on, dude. What's wrong with you?
Well, you are when you're losing. But yeah, I'm taking Chicago here just because I think it's an important game for Ben Johnson and multiple reasons, right? For the seeding, for your confidence, finishing your season right, but more importantly, beating your old team, especially after getting demolished by them in week 2. What do you guys got?
Oh, I'm taking the Bears.
Bears?
Yeah, me too. I just
I'm
think
hoping I'm actually just I hope they win. Like, you never know.
now I know this is off topic a little bit, but can the Rams, are they stuck at 6? Or can they move up to 5 if the Niners lose?
I don't know. That's
So I thought I saw if the Niners lose, the Rams go 5, right? Like I was telling you before, the playoff picture in the NFC is a little bit more jumbled. No, Rams look like they're locked at 6, actually. So it really is just the Bears, the Eagles. I don't know, this NFL.com
This
map.
says they have a 39%. So let's see. Oh.
overtime.
Yeah. So if the Niners lose and the Rams win, the Rams move into the 5th seed.
Into the 5th seed. Okay. So this is a huge game for the Niners because not only could you, between the difference between the 1 seed and home field, you could go down to the 6th seed, be playing Chicago or Philly versus the Panthers.
Mm-hmm. So like if the Seahawks lose, they play the Panthers or the Bucks.
Right. So the Seahawks, if they lose, they're fine.
Yeah.
That's tough for the 49ers. Big game for them. Okay. So still some movement in the seeding as well here in the NFC. Chargers at Denver. I mean, I don't know that this matters too much for either team.
Well, the Broncos need to win to get the 1 seed. And Justin Herbert's not playing. So.
Yeah.
But they also need the Patriots to lose, though, right?
No, I think if the Denver wins, they get the 1 seed.
They're winning out. Oh, they're both 13-3. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Broncos got to win this game. No Herbert. Yeah, taking the Broncos.
Broncos. Hopefully, they don't wear those stupid all orange uniforms again. Jeez, idiot.
Oh, here you go. Kansas City at the Raiders.
Good. Well, it might be Travis Kelce's last game, So, and they're playing the Raiders, so I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't care who the Chiefs quarterback is. I mean, they just pull someone out of the stands, say, "Hey, do you want to throw at this Hall of Fame guy? On the ball." You could beat the Raiders.
Yeah, Chiefs. They got to take the Chiefs here as well.
Yeah. Well, Kelsey will probably have like 200 yards receiving.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be yeah. No.
Arizona at the Rams. We just talked about the Rams. They got to play, right? They got to win. And I don't see them not beating Arizona by a handle.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, they should beat Arizona.
They should have beat the Falcons too,
Yeah,
but
I should beat the Falcons. Oh man, Miami at New England. Again, New England, I think because they're still in the hunt. I guess they will know though. Oh no, they both play man, the NFL, they got this smart, right? They Denver
Yeah.
and New England are both afternoon games.
Yeah. Hopefully it snows.
But New England's got to win this game. They're 10.5 point favorite.
Yeah, and it's the temperature in 20 is going to be 26 degrees at game time. So that means the Dolphins are going to lose.
well, it is Quinn Ewers now.
Right, right.
Dude,
But it's still Miami.
he's the next Bob Greasy, dude. Quinn Ewers. Who would have thought?
Bob Greasy. Commanders, Eagles. I guess Eagles still playing for the 2 seed, right?
Yeah.
But they'll know. No, of course they won't because the NFL's smart. So they won't know either. So the Philadelphia got to take the Eagles here, right?
Yeah.
And then this is
Yeah.
the last one worth talking about. Last game of the week, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Because this one is winning you're in.
Yeah. And they leave it. It's like the few years ago when it was the Raiders, Chargers, and it's like it's gonna happen here. I have to because they were in my Super Bowl, and I got to take the Ravens. They're going to give Derrick Henry the ball 35 more times.
So if the Ravens and Bucks will both lose, your Super Bowl's
Yep,
done.
I'm done.
I agree. I think Pittsburgh just has looked so bad last week, and now you have no DK again, right?
Yeah.
They had a little mini run there. They beat the Ravens, but no DK, and they just didn't move the ball at all. Man, I got to go with the Ravens here. I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Derrick Henry.
They were smart. If not, Harbaugh should be fired.
Yeah, 100%. What do you got, Wes?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens. The Steelers' offense is just anemic, like without DK Metcalf. So, yep, I want the Ravens.
The Ravens win and they're in. All right. Well, I think not a lot of swing games there because, it's the end of the season. We do have our overall standings, which have gotten quite a bit closer. Check in the description. You can see the overall standings here. But overall, it looks a lot like our record's pretty similar to last year again. If nothing, we're consistent. So you can count on us in those that 60 to 70% range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get that in the description there, so you check it out, see the overall records, compare them year over year.
I know now I can't, if I was losing by a game, I can't, make anything up.
Right now you can't. We're just gonna see how it plays out this year. All right, so let's jump over here with finish up with college football. We've got the playoff started. We had the first round games were less than exciting, but in from what I'm looking at, and you guys tell me feel the same way, I actually am pretty excited about the 4 games coming up because we got Ohio State, Miami, you got Oregon, Texas Tech, Alabama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia.
And we got the Miami Ohio State Cotton Bowl's tomorrow on New Year's Eve.
Right. So let's start there. Miami, and so these are all neutral fields too, right?
Yeah.
Ohio State 9.5 point favorite. Miami's defense looked pretty good last game against Texas A&M. Their offense isn't horrible. I guess the big question is can Fletcher run the ball on that Ohio State defense enough to take pressure off of Carson Beck to allow him to, have a little more freedom? Or is Ohio State's defense just too much? And can Miami's offense stop Ohio State? Those are the questions that go through your mind there as you look at this game. Well, Derek, what do you got? Give us your pick and your quick analysis there.
Oh, this is tough, but I'm gonna go with Ohio State. I still don't trust Miami. It's like I don't even think they should have been in the playoffs, but their defense is playing great. Ohio State, what? Won it all last year, right? So I think Julian Sain's a pretty good quarterback. They got Jeremiah Smith. I think they have just too many weapons for Miami. So I'm taking Ohio State.
All right, Wes, what do you got?
Well, I know one thing. I know Tulane shouldn't have been in the playoff, but I mean that was hideous. So I'm actually gonna take the U.
Nice.
So I'm going with the U. Why not?
Yeah. Well,
I
you look
want
at
them to win.
their D line is nasty.
The revenge for Ohio State Miami 2003 dude. It's revenge.
I would love Miami to win this game, but I just don't think they're going to. Um, I think it's an offensive problem. I think Ohio State has the players to key in on Malachi Tony to take away a lot of their deep threats and their trick plays. And so, like I said, it comes down to can Fletcher run the ball when they need to so they don't get one dimensional. And I just don't see them being able to move the ball on Ohio State. So I'm with Derek on this one. I'm gonna go with Ohio State as well. So Wes, tomorrow night you're gonna be a Miami fan.
He
Yeah.
already was.
I got a U shirt somewhere.
All right. Well then January 1st, New Year's Day, starting early in the morning. Like, come on, dude. 9 a.m. really?
So stupid.
Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, who plays the Orange Bowl at 9 in the morning?
Right.
Oh, it's like you know what?
That's supposed to be the Gator Bowl.
It is, but you know what they used to do? This is back when we were really young. Is they would play the Sugar Bowl like at 10. That would be the morning game.
Right.
And when they played it in, of course, in the Dome, they started playing the Superdome. They played the Orange Bowl always at night. 9 o'clock in the morning,
Dude. On New Year's Day.
Jeez. This
Like,
is where we
wait.
can tell who partied.
Right. See who gets the game. And here's the thing. I think this is going to be one of the better of the four games. Because you got Oregon, Texas Tech, where Texas Tech, they're good on both sides of the ball. And Oregon's pretty good on both sides of the ball. Neither of them are great, right? Neither of them are as good as the best on offense or defense, but they're both right up there. So you really, in my opinion, you got two teams that are well matched playing against each other on both sides of the ball. Should be a great game, right?
Yeah,
Wes, you got to lead us off on this one. Give us your pick and your analysis.
I'm taking Oregon, just because they have to rewrite what they did last year. I think that's a motivating factor. Morton, they say he's 100%. I don't believe it. You just don't get out of a boot and you're 100%. I think it's going to be It's gonna be a good game, but I think the Oregon's gonna kind of muck it up, and they'll win barely.
Yeah, it's so tough. If you've watched Texas Tech all year,
Oh yeah.
to say, that they can't beat anybody in the country, because I believe they can. They have a lot of weapons on offense, but they've got a ton of weapons on defense. I think it's more comes down to Oregon, right? If Oregon can limit their mistakes, they are technically, I think, physically a better team. But I don't trust Dan Lanning, is my problem. I've never thought he was a great coach. I still don't think he's a great coach. He's in a great program and he's got great players and he's done enough to get, to these positions. He obviously hasn't won anything yet, but I just don't think he's a great coach. And I think that's Oregon's downfall. So it comes down to how Lanning coaches the game for me. And I'm gonna go with Oregon against my better judgment because I don't know. Holly would probably kill me if I don't. So I'm going with Oregon.
I was gonna coin flip, and I'm gonna go with Oregon too because I believe it's the Dante Moore game. This is where Dante Moore is like, okay, I'm coming out. I'm going to the NFL draft. This is me showcasing. If he has a bad game, he's going back to Oregon.
That's an interesting take. Yeah, because I mean, if he has a great game and continues throughout the playoff, he looks like one of the top picks, right?
Right. Well, yeah, I think because then it'll be just him and Mendoza for the
Yeah,
number one pick. And who says it can't be more?
right. I mean, speaking of Mendoza, here we are. uh, Alabama, Indiana, and I looked back and kind of researched a little bit through Mendoza and Indiana, and they didn't play the toughest schedule, but you look at like Mendoza's stats against good teams and bad teams, it's like all of his stats are real heavy when they're playing the poor teams. So I think Alabama has his chance here. Alabama has to play a near perfect game to win this game, just because Alabama is not that good. They're there. Of course, they beat Oklahoma, which I don't think Oklahoma's that good personally either, but whatever. They won their first round. Indiana has one thing going for them. They have confidence, they have momentum, they have a good coaching staff, they have a great game plan. So the players, if they execute, Indiana wins. So I got to take Indiana here, but I'm not sold on Mendoza.
I'm taking Indiana here because of Signetti. The dude's like one of the best. He is probably the best coach in the country right now. And that's who I trust. And he brings the swagger to Indiana. I don't think DeBoer is that great of a coach. And so yeah, I got Mendoza playing just well enough. Their defense looks really good right now. So yeah, I'm taking the Hoosiers.
Couple Indianas there, Wes.
Yeah, I really want to take Alabama because I don't think DeBoer. He's kind of like Lanning in a sense. You like the bells and whistles. I like his form. I like his formations. How he likes to mix it up. He's good at mixing it up. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to fourth quarter, I trust Ignetti over DeBoer. And defensively, Alabama, I don't think they'll have much success running the football. And I think you're going to put a lot of pressure on Simpson. He'll make a couple of mistakes. And I agree about Mendoza. I think Mendoza, he's a product of Signetti. I think they're gonna complicate things. I think he's gonna make some mistakes too, but I'm gonna take Indiana at the end of the day.
Watch Mendoza come out and throw for like 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's like, I heard you guys talking about me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the next Raider quarterback.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then you guys are going to draft him and he's going to be horrible.
Good job.
Oh man. Okay, that's such good stuff. All right. Well, night game, Ole Miss, Georgia. Yeah, Derek, what do you got?
I think this going back, well, for college, it always comes back down to this. Georgia's got a coach that's really good. Ole Miss has got an interim coach, so I'm taking Georgia here. That's simple as that. I think Ole Miss lucked out because they played what, Tulane.
Yeah,
So
Come on,
yeah,
dude. Tulane was good.
Georgia wins because yeah, I just think they're going to be more well prepared.
right. You agree with that, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing in the Sugar Bowl for like the 10th straight time or whatever. They don't lose unless there's a really good opponent. Mississippi's just not that opponent. So I'm taking Georgia.
Yeah, I like Georgia in the aspect here of, we talked about this in the NFL. I think this matters also in college. They've been there before so many times. This is just another game for them. And to Derek's point, coaching matters. So that's definitely going to matter here. I don't think either team overpowers each other on offense or defense. I like Ole Miss's quarterback better, Chambliss. I think he has a chance to be a star uh, for a long time, even into the NFL. That guy's good. But at the end of the day, here I got to go with Georgia as well. So I think we all in agreement here, right?
Wes has the U.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Got
You
one chance here for the U, which I don't think's impossible. I think they have to play an absolutely perfect game.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? This one to win.
Yeah. But great weekend of football there. So those are our picks. We'll get some shorts in for you, and any comments, and don't forget to leave them in there. But stick around, coming right back with the weekly movie review, talking some Christmas movies. So we'll see you in a minute.